Okay. Calling for motion or discussion.
Well, I have a couple of comments I'd like to make. I want to thank all of the folks that have worked on the Farmers Market Board and downtown development. In the very beginning, that was a wonderful partnership. For those in the audience that don't know, Scott talks about opportunities. Years ago, I had an opportunity to go with Julia Rush and J.R. Steigerwald to the International Shopping Center show to try to recruit a grocery store to come to downtown Hickory. And we were not successful because no grocery store wanted to come into downtown Hickory. We came back, and at that time, I was chairing what was known as tenant recruitment for downtown development. And my committee and I came up with the vision of a farmer's market. And how much better for downtown Hickory that we have a farmer's market instead of the grocery store. Because I have watched that farmer's market grow. It was hard the first couple of years, even in the station parking lot. We had to tweak some things, we made some mistakes. It was tough, but we worked that out. And after I left that board, I have watched capable leaders take that market to where it is today. They appear to want to expand the market. And I believe, not as a business owner and not as a former member of that board, but as a council person, that this community has an opportunity to agree to move the market to Union Square with the possibility that we can work with the city about the issues with the concrete, Mike had suggested this afternoon, and grow that market on Union Square. We need folks on Union Square. We have an opportunity here to distinguish ourselves from other communities. And folks, that's what it is about. Communities that are making a mark are distinguishing themselves. And we have this opportunity to do that with the farmers market.
And I do want to say that I am on the Farmers Market Board as service secretary, and we have told our vendors and our customers, and they are asking, and I'm going to quit right now.
This is already a two-train meeting.
It's a long time since we've had this.
And kids love the train.
Do things locally, eat fresh produce. It is all about being healthier, and we have the opportunity as a city to support what I think we all need, and so that someone has to, we do gain 12 spots, and I've heard someone say, that's really not a gain because you have to walk across the street. How many of us can't afford to walk across the street? There are some elderly, so we've tried to ask for handicap, and if we need to ask for more, I think I would like to see the city be willing to give more spots to a handicap so that we deal with the elderly or people that necessarily cannot necessarily walk across from the old parking lot where we are now. But I would like to see us take this step to move the farmers market to be on the square that does suit the majority of the business owners. And I did have a property owner did want us to delay the vote so that property owners could actually be whole themselves versus the tenant owners and the shop people. But I would like to see us take this opportunity, as Ms. Fox says, to be visible on the square, and perhaps next year work with, and this is some kind of a baby step, to see does this visibility work, and then look at the whole square of changing bricks out, do whatever it takes to actually move more onto the square and then move off the parking so that more parking is available. But right now, there is a time crunch for our market that we need to move. We are expanding and we are heeding the call of what we are being called to do is to provide local produce to the citizens of Hickory.
Any other comments?
Well, you know, over the years, I've had people call me and complain about the Oktoberfest, Tick Top, Sick Your Life, and, you know, we had Swinging in the Stars. You know, if all those, you're not gonna make everybody happy. You know, there's gonna be some people that are gonna be upset over, us, giving special uses for, you know, some or all of these. But, you know, if we have these things there, you know, I think it could be a boon to farmers market, and we add to it. We're adding to the downtown area. You know, I would certainly support the option A.
I move that we accept option A.
I second that.
Okay, I'd like to just offer a little more discussion. I hear very well what you're saying is there is demand for more of this service. It is a refreshing thing to do, to go to the farmer's market and enjoy your neighbor and get healthy food. I also feel a strong sense for the people who own property and lease it to others, the people who lease property with expectations concerning parking and traffic patterns. But I believe, given that we're not doing anything permanent, we're not going to be drilling permanent holes for permanent posts for the farmer's market. This is not an action that could not be undone, and I think I can assure you that this council, if we hear from our merchants downtown that this is disastrous, we're not going to say, well, we approve this special use permit. We don't want to bring it up again. So I'm going to support this on the basis that I think it deserves to be seen what effect it really has. I do encourage the merchants, as I always do, and I don't think we have any guilty parties in here. But keep your employees out of those parking spaces. I know merchants downtown who joke about their employees going out and moving every 2 hours to stay ahead of the meter maid. That's disastrous.
I'll follow up on that. I was at the DDA meeting this morning, and that was one of the big concerns is that the very people who are tying up those prime spots are employees of those businesses. And I know Meg Locke said she's gotten more tickets than anybody.
Okay, really, you're gonna call me out. Okay.
I'm gonna call you
I
out.
will never do it again.
But-
it was for catering, I swear.
But there is another person that says they actually fire their employees for parking in those spots. So I think it's gonna take a concerted effort for merchants and everyone downtown to be willing to say they're gonna participate in this and help make it work. And that is to absolutely have your employees park in those lots that are 10 more steps or 20 more steps away so that the parking is not an issue for the farmers market and the people that are coming down to the plaza to enjoy the experience of downtown, and let us gauge how this works this year, and hopefully we can do something spectacular in the next year or two.
Well, and I'm certain that the farmer's market contract with the vendors does not lock you in if through act of God or counsel, which is really different things. If there's something beyond your control, you would be able to, they could not sue you for failure to live up to the contract. I hope.
I don't know of anything in the contracts that says that this is.
Because I'll just tell you, as a business owner myself, I would be apprehensive But I'd be kind of looking forward to see how it's gonna sort out, I think. No, but, we are very conscious of the needs of the merchants. Just like we were conscious when we started this, we were conscious of the fact that there would be some loss of revenues to grocers, for example. We don't want this to get to the point where our grocers can't maintain good produce departments. So we are conscious of that, but I personally feel that it's time to just see how it works.
I've got one question. Why do all the canopies have to be in the parking lot? Does the brick part over there will not support?
Trucks for farmers.
Because the trucks, and the staff was concerned about trucks driving on Union Square, maybe used to be able to address that.
That was kind of the secondary. First was the issue of tie downs for the fence on the brick. And I think the comments have been made that the bricks probably support it. They probably could. This whole process has been done in about 2 weeks, so we've just been trying to kind of keep throwing out options and ideas. So I don't want to say that there's something definitive about why they couldn't. I think there's a general sense of you got to be careful when you put vehicles on the brick as much as they would be on there, just because you're going to get tire marks, you're going to get leaking oil and stuff like that. That over the 7 months you could in effect trash part of your Union Square, in the way it looks. That was really the issues. And the tie downs, there wasn't a good solution for how to tie the tents down on the brick.